This is CEOP, MrRockTheMicNews.com, Mr. Pick of the Week, every Sunday, 9 p.m. on 103 Jazz with your boy DJ Jack of Spade. It's the Hot Topic Phoneaview. Ladies and gentlemen, I finally found the superstar, man. I've been looking everywhere. He's from Hampton. You know, he's been out here. You know what I mean? I think what happened is I think he fell off and then bounced back like Chris Brown and Mike Vick. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what happened. That's one of the highlight singles of this guy's career. He has a movie. He has a mixtape. And you can't really say Hampton right now without saying the man I got on the phone. Shoflacco, what's good, man?
What's going on, big dog?
Hey, man, I'm trying to catch up with you, big dog. You know, just trying to catch up with you, man. Look, man, and a lot of people don't know. Let's just start with the movie. We know you've been rapping. We know you've been putting in that work, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's just start with the movie. How do you, like, where did the idea come from? Like, how do you just sit down and say, yo, I'm going to write a movie, and then I'm going to get it directed, and I'm going to put all my money in, and we going to go. Talk to me. Let me know where this stemmed from.
Yeah, what happened was, you know, I'm a real, with my music, you know what I mean? I hear a lot of people, you know, they talk about whether it's trap rap bars and all that goofy shit, but my thing is, I know I give my life, I tell my story, you know what I mean? I don't really get caught up in the hoopla. So a lot of my things that I do, I paint pictures. So, you know what I mean? I put out a project that was received very well. Like, I was, you know, and not to brag, we want to keep it real on this conversation. I was getting $10 a copy. $10 a copy, you know what I'm saying? So I said this was received well. I knew I had a good amount of records on this project, you know, because sometimes I feel, just my opinion, that people drop projects and they move on too fast. And everything I do with music
smart.
is,
hold on, pause right there. He said y'all dropping projects and y'all moving too fast. Slow down and get it right. Now, let them know the project you're talking about. We talking about the No Plan B, the mixtape?
No Plan B, the mixtape, yeah. So,
okay, let's go. Keep going.
Right, that's just me. You know, no shot at nobody. But I could have dropped 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. I won 2 awards for the single. I'm at like 30-some thousand views for the single. But I didn't want no garbage around one song. I wanted a body of work. You know what I'm saying? So I came out when I felt it was right. And I move on me, you know what I'm saying? And I just really focus on my core fan base. I don't care about no other rapper's opinion. Not to knock them, because I get a lot of love from rappers, but I feel a lot of rappers out here rapping for rappers. I do everything I do for who supports me. So I wanted to give them a body of work. So after I did that, and it's 20 songs on that tape. That's a long tape, but out of 20 songs, I done heard about 17 different songs be somebody's favorite record. So I'm like, okay, you know, that's a good ratio. You know what I mean? I got calls from a lot of the rappers, the big wigs, a lot of people loving the project, and I just felt, you know, everything I do with music, I apply. You know, I use my dope boy mentality of what I did in the game, and I'm not gonna give out one tester, sell one bag, and then get rid of the ounce. I'm gonna try to sell as much as the ounce as I can, and that's how I treat my music like dope. Because consumers to me are like things. You know what I mean? So I come out. And I'm like, yo, you know, okay, I dropped this video, I did this video, and, you know, a lot of my shit is just story records and about really my life, actual events, man. So I sat down one day and was like, what else can I do? You know what I mean? We don't really get along, and a few other people. I don't really know which way to go, and my thing really been the street. So I shot a movie. I said, you know what, I'm going to shoot a movie about my mixtape. And it was just getting really people to understand the music. I didn't do it trying to be an actor. I didn't do it I did it so people can understand the music. And once I dropped it, everything that I tried to do did it, because now everybody's asking for the mixtape again, or start re-listening to it, or made me do it. Like, what else can I do for this? It's one thing, you know, to tell your story in 3 minutes, but it's another thing that I basically made a long video for my mixtape instead of a video for a song. You know what I mean? That's how I look.
Hey, I'm a be 100, Flacco. You know, and we go far back, man, ups and downs and all that. Yo, I was asleep, baby. You know what I mean? I heard Chris Brown, Mike Vick.
Right.
And I thought that was crazy. I heard a couple records after that. I don't know if they was on a mixtape or not. I was sitting back and said, yo, he went too hard. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is me as a fan. He went too hard on Chris Brown, Mike Vick. I don't think he could top this joint. I'm going to keep it 100. I'm late on Plan B too. So when I shot to Terra, Pure Brilliance, the whole fam, he blessed me with a private joint because I was going to write a review. Right. You were still out there moving with it, so I didn't want to spoil the story. You know what I mean? Yet, but that's coming soon too. So when I had the private viewing, I said, yeah. He said like I had a moment. You know what I mean? It's me being 100. I said, yo. He pulling this off, you know what I mean? Like I'm listening, cause like you said, like, and it's funny, man, cause one of the I don't mean to make a comparison, but one of the greatest rappers, in my opinion, right now, kind of got huge after Streets is Watching. You know what I mean? Right. He was already nice, already maneuvering, but you understood, like it's something about that visual. Like I understood Linkin Park. You know what I'm saying? I understood, okay. You know what I'm saying? I understood all that, man. And that salute to you, bro.
Appreciate it. And that was the whole point of it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, you know, people understand, like, I don't pick singles. I go with what the people ask me for. You understand? So when Chris Brown, Mike Vick took off, I ran with it. You know what I mean? Because you got to understand, like, I don't go against the grain. You know, I'm not trying to force feed nobody. You know, and I ain't trying to make nobody get me. Unless it's the fans and the people, I try to make them understand. But I don't shoot for the other crowd, and I ain't not to knock that, but I just tell my story. I know it's 100 motherfuckers out here that been with no lights or that's got niggas locked up and shit like that. You know what I mean? And I speak to them. You know what I mean? People who got, you know, real people. So it's just bringing people back to people don't understand. Like I can go with rap. But like people understand, Welcome to My Block, the first song on my tape, that's 5 years old, but back then they didn't get it.
But you know what? Let me interrupt you real quick. You know what that means though? Like, and a lot of people don't realize what you just said right there, and what you realize, music is timeless, especially when it's yours. Like when you ain't mimicking, when you ain't trying to be somebody else, and you being yourself, and you, like you said, you gotta. That's why a lot of people can't understand why Joker still to this day is relating to dead rappers like Big and Pop, because they was talking that talk. It was real. It wasn't about you know what we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? It was about look, this life. This how I feel about what just happened. You know what I mean? This is what I feel about what's going on in my neighborhood, and people listen to that music and go back to that time, and some of that's still going on now. You know what I mean?
And people understand, because people understand. Like I keep this shit 100. This is my life. That's why I said in my song, you know, if I catch a charge, they probably gonna play my record. Like I'm not talking tough. They can't no nigga from my hood say nothing about me and my music. I could blow tomorrow and shit on the whole hood. The only thing they could say is Rome shitted on us, he ain't come back. Can't no nigga say I fabricated nothing. That's why I'm not knocking nobody, but niggas really see me out here. That's why I turned down interviews and I turned down I told Terra don't put out the trailer. He thought I was retarded. I'm like, I'm gonna just show you how I work out here. You know what I mean? Like that,
Flacco, you did turn me down before the movie dropped. Now go ahead.
No. You weren't the only one. It was just me showing like word of mouth. You know, I don't have an online presence. And I know that. So I concentrate on what I'm strong at. And people don't understand that, you know what I mean? You can't force feed nobody. You know what motherfuckers gotta like you, they gotta wanna see you win. And niggas see me in my hood. I've been going broke buying kids bikes. I've been going broke giving niggas my clothes. I've been doing that. And that's, you know what I mean? And I ain't no superhero, but you know, real niggas relate to me. Motherfuckers with 9 to 5s came to my movie. You know, people who work at Golden Corral came. People who motherfucking work at Burlington. And them the people I do it for, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just it. But it was just a movie just making people understand. Like Chris Brown might think to me, like, I wrote that song in 20 minutes. And I did that in my nigga room. And the rest of everything else I did in my crib. I narrated the movie in my crib.
Let me tell you what I was.
Tried to top it. Right.
Let me tell you what I was impressed by while we still talking on this movie. I I thought it was dope that I don't know when you shot Chris Brown, Mike Vick, and you shot. I remember when you shot. Please give me the name of the joint. The joint way at the end when you had the theme, the old '80s theme about the drink.
Don't steal my drink.
Dope. I like that record too. That's hot. That's my new anthem.
2 years old. That's 2 years old, by the way.
See, now
you know what I mean?
You shot.
Yeah.
Now I know for a fact because I know you shot these joints a minute ago. I thought it was dope how, and that, you know, that goes back to how, you know, you was talking about you was just telling a story. I thought it was dope how that connected. I was talking to Tara and I said, yo, he added scenes in Chris Brown maybe. He was like, nah. I said, yo, that's the same detective. You know what I mean? That's the same dude running down on him. Like everybody was, that joint was dope. Like I was like, yo, hold on, he's the same characters. You know what I mean? And I seen everybody. I was like, yo, I thought that was amazing, man.
Yeah, it was easy. Not trying to brag. It was my life. You don't, you know, when it's your actual life and actual events, you don't, it lines up. Like when, you know, when me and Tara was talking, there were certain things, he was like, yo, we should add this, and I was saying, no, I think at first he thought I was just an asshole, but I'm like, nah, that's my story. I wanted it to end right where I'm at right now. I dropped the tape.
Right.
On the movie, it ends with me dropping the tape.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? If I write a fiction or something like that, we could write whatever. I could be Joe Blow, but in that movie right there, you know, I didn't have nothing. I just had to change a few things. I don't want to incriminate nothing, but that was my life. That's my tape. If you listen to my tape, that's why I just lined up so fast. I wrote it in like 2 days, man. So it's just showing my life and my story, man, and trying to show to us artists, man, it's like we can really do this shit. Like I tell people all the time, people who call me, oh, niggas gonna bite. It ain't biting, my nigga. Some shit just a good idea. Everything ain't biting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
yo,
just
you gotta pause. Hold on, you gotta pause again. When you make statements like that, baby, you gotta pause so they can breathe.
My bad.
so they can sit on that, man. Say that one more time, man.
Yeah, just, everything ain't biting, man. Some shit just a good idea. It ain't biting.
Right.
I suggest niggas to do it. It worked for me. You know, now I ain't saying everything's gonna work for me, but it worked for me. I think you'll be a fool not to do it.
But I think and I think with our culture, man, sometimes, man, we get so caught up in, you know, wanting credit for this and wanting to do that, this, that, and the third, is we don't appreciate what, like, we are inspiration to other people. So if 4 other movies get created after this, you could be like, I started something. I'm cool with that. Like, that's flattery. That means y'all looking at what I'm doing and I did the right thing.
Right, yeah, it ain't, like I said, everything is not biting. Some shit just a good idea. That's why you got commercials. If everything was biting, that means every nigga with Jordans on is a fucking biter. Or every nigga who went and drunk Sprite because Grant Hill did it. Some shit's just a cool idea. It's just a cool idea. You know, we wear pink in October because, you know, that's what people do to support. And it's not, everything is not biting. Some shit is biting. But it's thin lines between inspiration and biting. A thin line between love and hell. A thin line between loyalty and stupidity. It's just a fine line, but everything is not biting. And I wouldn't think a nigga biting me at all because at the end of the day, if it works for you, if you got a story to tell, then just take your time and do it. And don't care if that's the thing that worked with me, my nigga. Don't give a fuck what nobody think. I don't care what nobody think. And I ain't saying that to be tough. I really don't give a fuck. If you listen to my catalog, the same nigga who wrote Chris Brown Back Dick is the same nigga singing a hook to Don't Steal My Drink. I don't care what nobody think. That one thing I do, man. If you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if this shit fuck up, it need to be my fault. If I don't want nobody else to take the blame,
more
I'm trying to point fingers at this nigga.
And you're not rapping. More bars, and you're not rapping.
It is so real, man, because a lot of niggas blame other people and don't put, you know, just if this your career, man, and this how you feel. I'm not saying you can't take advice, but you know, just do what you do. These niggas out here, you know, I don't really know, but I would say do what you do if you really believe in this shit. This is what that no plan B shit all about. It ain't about. It's about anything. It ain't about saying drop out of school. But if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a motherfucking teacher, a football coach, a manager at McDonald's, if that's your dream, no plan B is just the urban way of saying nothing's impossible. Do that shit. You know what I mean?
Back to the movie, then we gonna get to some. Let's go to the movie, then we're gonna get to some music. How did you cast the people you found for the movie?
to keep it all the way real with you, Philly and my homeboy Swazo was supposed to plan it. It ain't work out with my nigga Swazi, you know what I mean? Personally, I didn't think he was focused, but that's my man, you know, we spoke about it. So basically, I just gave Philly his whole part.
Right,
you know what I mean? Philly was in it, though, but I just, there was two different parts. I just gave it all to Philly. Chloe, we you know what I mean? We always had a mutual respect for each other. I felt she did her thing. She took her shit serious. And we linked one day. I had went out there to her video shoot, you know what I'm saying? And we built big personality, real funny, real cool, down to earth.
Right.
So, you know, I shot all the way with it. Charity, my homegirl, she was serious. She was reading her lines every day, like, and, you know, that's my nigga. Charity, my nigga from way back. We write music together, all kinds of shit.
Gotcha.
Ghetto Chris hit me, and it was kind of late, but being that he hit me, you know, on some artist shit, no ego shit, like, yo, man, you know, you got another part in the movie. I tried to just accommodate him somehow because he reached out to me. I'm just so appreciative of niggas wanting to be a part of what I'm doing. So I wrote that scene. That scene was already in, but I kicked one of my homies to the curb, and I just told Chris if he don't mind doing that, he could get that one. He was like, cool.
Nice.
Tara, we never worked, so, you know, I'm like, okay, me and Lo, we did 2 crazy joints together, so, you know, if I get with you, you know, his idea, you know, we could do something as big as this, and, you know, we was always supposed to work together, so he was willing to do it, you know, looked out real good people over there at Pure Brains. We made that work, and I don't really know who else in it, but it ain't everybody else, you know, probably.
I think you covered pretty much everybody.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know, I see you ride 514. That was fast how you ride 514, man.
Yeah, man, you know, anybody who wanted to be a part of it, and shout out to him because, you know, people, even when it's a movie, people always got to be the boss don and probably ain't comfortable getting robbed, but he had came out there.
Right.
You know, and I just asked him would he do the scene, and he was more than helpful to do it, you know what I mean? I didn't have to give him a new pair of socks because I had him running out there. I kept taking his shoes off and shit. We did the scene like 20 times. You know what I mean? So, but
how long did it take, man? How long did it take to complete the movie?
I think about 2 months. Probably would have been finished before that, but it was little, you know, cancellations, like just regular life shit that happened. You know what I mean? So about 2 months in all, though. And it was fun on the set. Everybody was cool. The laughter, the acting shit was fun. And I can't stand shooting videos, believe it or not, but that acting shit was fun though.
Now let me ask you this. You know I gotta go and ask you the popular questions, baby.
Okay.
So in the love scene with Chloe, I mean, did she show you the monster, baby?
No, it ain't that like that. No.
I'm over here incriminating. He said, whoa, wait, baby, hold on,
No, it's all good. Chloe actually, she was cool with it, man. You know, we had our clothes on actually, though, man. But it was cool. It was just a scene. I told her about it. She was with it. She couldn't really keep her hands off me, though, for real. Not let me try. Nah, Chloe was mad cool. It was a fun scene business, man. When he said cut, you know, we went back to we look at the footage, and if we felt we needed to do something over or do it better, we did it. Real professional, you know what I mean?
Now, since this is actually okay, how much of so that part of the movie was accurate as far as having a lady on the side, all that was. That's life?
That's life, yeah, man. You know, at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? Just like that, man, you know, all the way down to, you know, me leaving. You know what I mean? That was pretty much accurate, you know what I mean? I added a few things in it for it to be funny. But, you know. Right. It was pretty, you know, it was pretty much accurate with,
So what about the boy saying he got a rapper father named Shoflacco?
No, that was just me that's just me and my humor. Yeah, that was. No, that's just me and my humor. That was actually supposed to be my real son, but he's so shy, you know. If it ain't playing football, I don't really care about it. But nah, that was just some humorous shit.
Right.
You know,
now let me. I need you to go back in character, okay?
Okay.
I need you to be Shoflacco from the movie. Okay. And me, I'm just one of your regular homeboys on the block. And this is the question I would have had for you.
Okay.
Yo, B, why did you pass up Charity B?
Oh, see, no, what it is.
Come on, baby.
Just showing people real love, like just real nigga situations, man. Like,
was that guilt? What was it? Was it guilt?
Yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? It's about, all right, basically, it's saying, you know, it was a message to, like, some of the females, you know what I mean? Like you can go home, like, niggas ain't always caught up. That's why the narration, I'm like, I don't know what she wants. She know I got a girl, you know what I mean? So it's about them girls who know, who know they just trying to fuck with you to fuck up a happy home. You know, if I was single, I probably wouldn't be over here. You know what I mean? So it was me saying, I can go home, get smacked, face this shit like a man, and I ain't even really do nothing. I was wrong for going over there in the first place, but it was still showing, like, you know what I mean? Cause I'm a real nigga that been in those situations that left just like that was. You know, like it ain't always, nigga ain't always weak. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just something for the ladies, cause I got a big, my lady following is probably bigger than my nigga following, and I do street music, so you know what I mean?
And then she was kind of disrespectful answering the phone too.
Right, like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? So, you know, that was that point, too. Like, you can't just get away with shit because you the bad joint, or, you know what I mean? Like, with me, you know, I don't give a damn what it is. You know, this is my crib, this is my lady, you know what I mean? So, it was just that, but you know what I mean? It's been times I passed up the Charity Bees, and it's been times I No, let me stop. But that was just me keeping it certain shit 100. Because certain shit is just too cliche, my nigga. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why I didn't put a million shootouts in it. I didn't try to put a million fights in it. I didn't want to be this big bad gangster. I wanted to be who I really am. You know, a nigga that just get it how he live, and if this has to be done, then it will be done. But I ain't a nigga that I ain't no goddamn, you know, Al Capone ass nigga. I just get busy if I have to, and other than that, try to live life, man. So it was just me showing me without trying to have a shootout every 90 minutes and
right.
You know, all this drama. You know what I mean? So
all right, let's talk about the music, man. Chris Brown and Mike Vick, man, was such a huge single, man. You know what can do you have a plan for another campaign for a second single, or you gonna keep pushing a Plan B mixtape? Like, what's next for Shoflacco right now?
Right, man. I'm gonna just keep pushing the tape, man. You know, the movie gave it extra legs. I'm about to be I done shot 4 videos with Terror Ford. I shot 2 with Low. That's 6. I got 1 I'm about to do with Low Torres in another couple weeks. That'll be 8. So I'll probably shoot about 10 and 12 videos off the project and all. And just keep pushing it, man. You know, I got no Plan B 2 coming, Flacco season. I'm about 3 songs deep into that. And just keep working,
would that possibly get a movie?
Definitely. Everything I do gonna come with some type of movie, DVD, some type of, you know, always gonna be in somebody's living room. You know, everybody ain't online, so, you know, I like having DVDs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So definitely, I got another movie coming. You know what I mean? And I give you the exclusive. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 more movies coming, man. One called Love Ain't Supposed to Hurt, and another one is called Open Mic. So that's some exclusive shit I ain't even let out to the game.
2 more movies. You're not done, y'all. Look, Flacco, I know you gotta make moves. You told me you got a lot of things scheduled, so but before you get out of here, man, let's let the people know about your toy drive, and then let the people know when the movie can be available and where it's available at.
Yeah, the movie can be available, you know what I'm saying, November 1st, man. It comes with the mixtape or the soundtrack, whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean? There's 20 tracks up there. I think I got 1 feature. My homie Christ from Face World Entertainment is up there. I got produced by a lot of tracks produced by my boy Skitty. I got a joint up there produced by Yo Q. You know, the DVD comes with the movie. It comes with a lot of my videos that I shot from the tape. It comes with behind the scenes footage. It comes with the premiere of the movie footage. It comes with a few shows I did. And it come with behind the scenes from the movie, man. So, you know, you can do that. And I got a toy drive for all the parents that need help. I took about 25 to 30 parents. that needed help for Christmas, and I got a toy drive coming like the 24th of December for all the people that need help with Christmas, man. Kids aged 3 to 10 came out my pocket. You know, no sponsors.
That's big,
I
man.
got people I got people who came that did help me and want to wrap gifts or wanted to help with me, but you know what I mean, it's coming out of our pocket. Definitely my left pocket, but it's just my way of giving back. I've been a kid on Christmas before. We ain't had shit. And that's it, just giving back, man. You know what I mean? I made a lot of money, to be real, and I don't talk money, but I made something decent from my movie. Then I showed it again and made something decent. And it's just giving back, you know. You know, people fucking with me, and that's all I do anytime I can. But I've been giving back, man. I've been buying ice cream and bikes and Halloween costumes and haircuts on Easter. That's always been me, man. So, you know, it ain't about nothing, man. Just looking out for these kids, man. It's all about the kids, man. For me. And I ain't trying to sound political, but I just always try to look out for the little niggas, man, especially in my hood. So,
hey, Flacco, man, we appreciate you, man, and you said a lot of important bars, man. We used to call them jewels, we calling them bars now. We appreciate your time, man. We look y'all, man, get that DVD CD package, man. Don't get them separate. Get it together. Make sure you hit him up if you want more information on the toy drive or anything you could do to support this man. Oh, Flacco, before we get out of here, get them how they could get you on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that. I heard your Instagram crazy.
Yeah, you can hit me on Instagram at Shoflacco 1135, Twitter at Shoflacco, or just call me, man, 757-310-8464. You're with me.
He put his number out there, man. Wow, you going? All right. If you want to, you sure you don't want me to edit that out? The groupies will be calling too. The groupies are gonna be calling too. All right, you know.
Nah, just the phone, man. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? It's all love, man. Call me, tell me how you like to get everything, man. Just hit me up, man. I ain't tripping, man. It's just a number. You know, let's make it, man.
Yo, this is RockTheMicNewsMan.com. You got exclusive with Shoflacco, man, and we out. Stay on the phone, Flacco.